Hello and welcome back. Today we're diving into that second trimester time, and this is a time where typically the mothers will start to have a little bit more energy. We moved past that point of fatigue. We're starting to feel a little bit more like ourselves, right? So we're going to just start by connecting, of course, with our breath, with our being, with one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just allow this pattern that you have learned so well at this point in time. Of feeling that belly rise, feeling yourself, your diaphragm moving down. We're bringing the focus to our breath to connect and allow ourselves to move out of that fight or flight and into this rest and digest, this place for you to get some rest, connecting with your breath, connecting with your baby. Feels so nice. After those breaths, I just want you to blink your eyes open, and we're going to do a couple circles here in easy pose. So make sure that your sits bones are making contact with the earth, the knees are pointing outward, hands are just facing down, and you're just going to start to shift. The heart space moves forward and then it rounds back. So we're making these little circles, allowing you to feel the stretch in the hips, and remembering to breathe the whole time. Feeling as your weight shifts from one side of your body into the next, how you actually can feel the stretching into the muscles. And one more time in this direction. And then we're going to switch directions. So shift forward, heart open leads the way. Always heart open, connecting us back to that special field. Our heart, our vortex, space of energy, of love, compassion. One more time. And if we treated ourselves that way with love and compassion every day and just accept all of the changes that happens with our pregnancy, we'll be that glowing light throughout this entire journey. Next, we're going to move through a seated version of cat-cow. So just inhaling, heart space opens wide. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Inhale, heart space comes wide. Exhale, tuck the heart, tuck the chin. And inhale, come on up. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, reach the arms up to center. And this time, we're going to bring the hands right down to our heart, connecting ourselves here with that space, and set the intention for today. A chance to move, to tap into your mom's superpower, and to get moving a little bit here. So bring the hands down in front of you. Send the hips back. We're going to come into puppy pose, which is going to allow us to decompress the spine here, take some of the pressure off. And now we might start to feel the shifts in your body as your baby starts to grow. So just sending the hips back, allowing the chest to come on down to the mat, reaching the arms forward, hip points pull up to the sky. Taking a couple breaths here. Today we're going to be coming up onto our feet, strengthening through our glutes, our quads, building that strength for the changes in your body, for the increase in weight. Take two more breaths here in puppy pose, sending the breath into the hips. One more breath just like that, and then shift the body weight forward. Tuck the toes, spread the fingertips wide, push up and back into your hips as we come into down dog. Now in down dog, we're going to breathe here for a moment. Pressing the hips back and up.
And then inhale, reaching up with your left leg. For three-legged dog, we're just going to step it through for warrior two. So plant your back foot parallel with the back edge of the mat, and the front toe is facing forward. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, and exhale, peeking over your middle fingertip. So a couple things here. That front knee, as we get stronger, we can bend further into it. That back leg is straight and firm. We're engaging the glutes. The core here, we imagine that triangle where we're building up through the core. We check and make sure that that knee is right over that second and third toe. And then we're feeling this nice sensation, a little bit of heat building in that front leg. Take another breath here in warrior two. And then we're going to come right down into extended side angle. So bringing the elbow right on top of the thigh and reaching your right arm up over your head. And think of that side body opening and lengthening this whole way up, all the way up to your head, up to your fingertips. Grounding down through the body, feeling this whole side body stretch. Sending the breath down to your yoni like we talked about. And think about when we take that full breath, you're really going to feel the stretch through the rib cage. Now, if you've been doing yoga for a long time and you're used to it, you can always drop right on down, your hand to the ground or tongue to a block. We're always mindful not to overstretch the body. At this point, we're getting lots of relaxant in the body, so our body could easily be overstretched. So we're being mindful. Take it easy. On the next breath, press up. Come up for warrior two. And we're going to transition. So bring the knees out wide. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky for our goddess pose. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together, building up the strength and foundation here. And the thighs and the glutes, feeling this core tucked in. Goddess pose. We stay and breathe. Take another breath. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. We're hinging from the hips, allowing the chest to rain down towards the center, midline of your body. Shifting the hips from side to side, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs. And one more breath here. Maybe even walking the arms back between the legs, feeling that stretch through the back of the shoulders. And then inhale, come up to flat back. So from here, imagine making a tabletop with your body. Imagine this flat back and a line of energy from your head to your tailbone. Sending the energy in and back. Bending the knees slightly, coming right back up for goddess pose. Transitioning back through, so switching sides, coming back for our warrior two. So we're just going to turn that back foot parallel with the back edge of the mat. Front arm reaches up and over. And then cartwheel your arms all the way down to the mat and step the left leg back to meet the right and send the hips up to the sky. Switching sides here. So this time we're going to inhale, reach up with the right leg. I'm just going to switch positions so you guys can see me. Exhale, step it through top of the mat. The back foot spins, so it's parallel with the back edge of the mat for Virabhadrasana 2. The front toe pointing to the front edge of the mat. Reaching those arms forward, peeking over that middle fingertip. Now remember, depending on how well practiced you are, you can bend into that front knee, getting a little bit more out of the stretch. Firing up, working the glutes, working the quads. Take another breath, extended side angle, resting the forearm on the top of the thigh, reaching the arms over your head. Thinking of creating a space. Option to lower down onto the ground or onto the block. And here we go. Push it right back up for warrior two. Transition to goddess pose. So turning the knees to the outside corners of the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feeling that heat, feeling this nice build. Take one more breath. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Raining it down, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, come up to flat back. Bending at the knees, shifting heart space forward and reaching the arms up. We're revisiting goddess pose. Shifting our leg position, so we're straightening up that back foot, bending through the front, warrior two, and then cartwheeling the arms down to the ground. Stepping the right leg back to meet the left, sending the hips up high, downward facing dog. And then lowering down onto the knees for a moment here, pressing the hips back, maybe even taking a little space for your belly to rest as we come into child's pose for a moment to breathe. Take another breath in child's pose, and then we're going to shift the body weight forward. And depending on how far along you are in your second trimester, is going to depend on what I want you to do here next. If you're in weeks 28, 27, further along in your third trimester or second trimester, then I recommend having some pillows here for this next one where we drop into Supta Baddha Konasana, because laying flat on the back can prevent blood flow to the baby. So you're just wanting to stay a little upright to make sure that that doesn't happen. And also you'll find that it's personally uncomfortable if you're further along in your second trimester. But if you're still in weeks 14, 15, 16, where you don't have that extra weight from the baby, you can lie flat on the ground. So allow yourself to sink into what feels good to you, maybe using pillows or bolsters to support you as we drop into Supta Baddha Konasana. But we're bringing the feet together, allowing the knees to fall apart, bringing a hand to your baby, bringing a hand to your heart, and allowing your breath to slow down. Coming to this place of calm, steadiness. And allowing yourself to feel confident and proud of yourself for taking time to carve out a couple minutes of movement in each day. This is the time in your pregnancy journey to move. You can push yourself a little more during this time. Be mindful to give yourself that extra time to warm up and to cool down afterwards. And also allowing yourself to listen to your body's signs and symptoms. How are you feeling in your body today? Maybe it's a day to be gentle on yourself, practicing some yoga, connecting with your breath, connecting with your baby. Or maybe after doing your yoga practice, you have a little more gas in the engine. It's time to push it. Get out, go for a walk, go for a swim, go for a bike, lift some weights. Using that extra mana, that extra strength when you have it. To get that natural high. Give yourself a thank you for showing up today, taking the time to connect with your breath, connect with your body, to connect with your baby. With this next breath, imagine it being the breath that you're celebrating when you hold this baby in your arms. This big breath, sending energy of excitement, of joy, of love down into your baby, visualizing, holding it for the very first time. You can stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana if that's feeling good for you, or you can extend the legs out in front of you, maybe even bringing the palms up, allowing yourself to stay and marinate in this visualization practice, experiencing holding your baby for the first time, and allowing yourself these couple minutes today to feel that connection. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your right or your left side in fetal pose, wearing a smile, telling yourself thank you for showing up. Come up to a seat when you're ready. It's been wonderful to be here, leading you in a healthy and happy and vibrant pregnancy. I'll see you in the next video. Ahui ho.